What's happening, everybody? Grand Prix GP02 here, covering the 2016 Texas State Fair Auto Show. Now, right now, I'm up on stage with Ram Trucks, taking a look at a newly unveiled concept. And all I can say about this thing is, aside from the fact that this thing is an absolute monster in almost every way, for those of you out there who are true off-road junkies, you guys are definitely gonna love this one.
It's a purpose-built, one that can handle the harshest terrains at speeds greater than 100 miles per hour. This is the RAM Rebel TRX concept.
Guys, so this monstrosity that you see up here on stage with Ram Trucks here at the auto show is the RAM Rebel TRX concept. And the first thing I gotta say is this truck is all about the numbers, especially from a pre-runner off-road ready truck out of the factory. For starters, the engine, 6.2-liter supercharged HEMI V8 sourced straight out of the Hellcat family, 575 horsepower put through a 5-inch exhaust coming out right behind the rear doors. And let me tell you something, this truck knows how to make some noise. Now, aside from the insane power from that supercharged HEMI up front, this truck definitely has that aggressive off-road appearance with these 37-inch tall Toyo tires from the factory mounted on what I think are some of the best looking off-road rims you can find, with these wonderful red riveted rims here with this matte black finish, that beautiful 6-spoke design. Again, you can see the side exhaust down here. It comes out each side of the truck. It's a 5-inch exhaust. You got 2 full-size spare wheels and tires here in the back bed. It does eliminate a good bit of bed space if you want to use it as a actual full-size pickup truck, but then again, this truck is really all about showing off its off-road prowess. And then, of course, if your buddies in competitive trucks happen to get stuck, you of course have these huge matte red finished tow hooks both front and rear. Moving around the side, I'm liking the top of this bed here with this ridged design. Again, this is a concept, so not everything you see on this vehicle here will go into production should they decide to actually make this, which I am praying that Ram actually does decide to build this thing, because this is one of the best looking off-road capable trucks that I've ever seen. So here in the front, again, a lot of styling characteristics that you will see on the normal Ram Rebel. So you have the blacked out headlights with the projector main bulbs. You have the LED turn signals, LED fog lights down here below. Again, the matte red tow hooks here in the front. And of course, that big black RAM grille here in the front as well. This time with a little bit of red accenting, which does add a nice touch. If they do decide to make this truck as a limited production run, I would definitely get it in this dark cherry red color. Absolutely beautiful every single angle I'm looking at it. Just coming around here to the back bed again, open this up. It doesn't have an easy lift or lower tailgate, so you will have to have a bit of an arm to hold up this monstrously heavy tailgate. And again, your full-size spares there in the back. Oh man, that tailgate is very, very heavy. It's a lot heavier than a lot of the pickup trucks I've dealt with. But coming around to the interior here, basically, even though this is a concept truck, the interior almost looks fully ready. You've got leather up here on the top of the door. It does have a lot of padding and this red stitching. Red accented carbon fiber here on the door. I really like that. Middle of the panel, a little bit of a leatherette upholstery, same here with the door panels. All your powered conveniences, your power folding mirrors, automatic front windows. And again, I'm going over these as if this was a production truck, but being the fact this is a concept, not everything will probably make it in. You've got leather and cloth bound seats here in the middle with nice Alcantara or suede here for the sort of middle part of the bolsters. You've got the cloth here for the center insert and leather on the outside. 5-point racing harnesses here. Kind of reminds me of the interior of a Viper just put into a truck form, because you have the steering wheel basically out of the Viper, suede wrapped with the nice little red notch up at the top, the 3-spoke design with the flat bottom, except it's been replaced with the Ram logo instead of the Viper logo like in the 3rd gen that's currently on the market, or will no longer be on the market very soon. Sitting up, of course, you're sitting way the heck up in the air with the nice lift kit that this truck has on it, the gauge cluster and everything. Very typical Ram with a giant liquid crystal display there in the middle. These are all white numerics, no fancy crazy colors here, just plain white gauges, but not so bad. I mean, again, it does remind me of the Viper. The numerics are all the same thing, and then you get to look out over that monstrous hood bulge that sits atop that supercharged HEMI V8. Comfort-wise, aside from the fact I'm sitting on top of the harnesses, I do have a good bit of wiggle room. Again, this being a truck, you want to have a good bit of space to move around. The seats, very, very comfortable. You've got the hoops where you can put your harnesses through. Of course, you have everything else, the 8.4-inch Uconnect screen with telematics. You, of course, have your different various off-road modes here. You can lock the rear differential. Of course, push-button ignition, but heaven knows if the button will actually be red. Different auxiliary switches and stuff, your dual-zone climate controls like you would get in a normal Ram. 6-speed automatic transmission, actually 6 or 8-speed, I believe. I wasn't quite clarified on that. I love the fact they have the gear shifter down here now in the column instead of a little rotary dial up there. And even bigger, or better yet, you get these whacking great paddle shifters. I mean, look at the size of those. You could pretty much about... absolutely unreal how big those things are, and that's on both sides of the steering wheel. They might get in the way if you decide to turn the wheel. I mean, your hand might hit one of them or something like that if they actually end up being that big. Again, if they build this truck at all. Again, I'm just saying all of this, praying that Ram actually does build it. But you do have a sport mode, manual shifting capability, of course. Then, of course, you have things such as your split-level glove box over here. This one has what looks like a kind of a travel bag as an upper part, but then you have your lower glove box and everything else, which is no big deal. I was correct. It is an 8-speed automatic transmission according to this little plaque that's up here. You got bypass shocks, 37-inch tires, as I said before, and again, the 6.2-liter supercharged HEMI V8. So this little placard signifies that this is still a concept truck. So again, I can only hope and pray that Ram does actually build this thing in the future. And just because this truck is built to handle off-road capabilities at over 100 miles an hour doesn't mean that it can't still be practical as well. I mean, the front seats are plenty spacious enough, but stepping up here in the back, I mean, yes, this being a concept, not everything is built to scratch, but you do have this giant, what looks like a strut bar or something here across the back. It's absolutely insane having that there. This huge strapped down center console here in the middle, leather padded, very nice. But here in the back, you've got space for at least 5 passengers. The seats, of course, will probably fold up. Center console with cup holders, no problems whatsoever. I'm just absolutely enthralled with this truck. This thing is absolutely amazing. Alrighty guys, so there you have it, a first look and a quick glimpse at the RAM Rebel TRX concept. Now if you like what you see, feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment in the box below. And also, if you like what you see, be sure to email Ram, because if you want one of these in your driveway, well, you gotta have the participation, and Ram of course has to have the support that their idea is actually good. I know they certainly got my thumbs up. This thing is absolutely amazing. But from out here at the Texas State Fair Auto Show in Dallas, Texas, this is Grand Prix GTP 02, signing out until next time.